discuss about the method of false position. This is also known as regla falsi method. So this numerical method is used for the solution of algebraic equation as well as the transcendental equation. So in this session we are going to discuss about first the intermediate value property. This we have discussed already in the previous lectures also, but here it is required in the regla falsi method. That's why first we have discussed about the intermediate value property. That we go for the derivation of the regla falsi method or method of false position. After that we will see some advantage and disadvantage of this method. Then we go for the example 1 and example 2. Example 1 will be for algebraic equation and 2 for the transcendental equation. So what is intermediate value property? If fx is continuous in the interval ab and fa and fb have different signs, then the equation fx is equal to 0 has at least one root between x is equal to a and x is equal to b. We say that fa fb less than 0. Graphically we can understand here. Suppose we plot a graph between x and y axis and the function is defined as y is equal to fx. So we select 2 points, x is equal to a and x is equal to b, such that f of a is negative and f of b is positive. So what we see, f of a into f of b is negative. So there is one root, real root, lie between the interval a to b, that is x is equal to alpha. Before this we have studied about the bisection method. After studying the bisection method we are going to study about the method of false position. So method of false position is used to solve algebraic and transcendental equation. So let's see first graphically what we do in this method, then we go for the some examples based on this method. Suppose we have given x and y axis and we are dealing with the y is equal to fx is equal to 0. So let's have the curve of y is equal to fx. Here we apply the intermediate value property. So as we select x0 and x1 such that f of x0 into f of x1 is negative, or we can say these two have the opposite sign. So here as you see the fx0 is positive and f of x1 is negative. So according to the intermediate value property, at least one root must lie between these 2 points x0 and x1. So what we do in the method of false position, we draw a chord between these 2 points a and b. So by drawing this chord we have the equation of chord, that is y minus f of x0 is equals to f of x1 minus f of x0 upon x1 minus x0 into x minus x0. So this you know it is a equation of chord between 2 points. So here the points are x0 f of x0 and x1 f of x1. Now this chord intersect this x-axis at some point. So let's say this point is x2. So as this x2 belongs to this chord here, so at this point y will be 0 and the value of x will be x2. So by putting this here in the equation of chord, what we get, x2 is equals to x0 minus x1 minus x0 upon f of x1 minus f of x0 into f of x0. So be clear here, this equation of chord, from the equation of chord, we have this equation for x2. So we can interchange x1 and x0 according to the chord. That is also possible. So what we see, x2 is our first approximation of the given equation y is equals to fx is equals to 0. So as you see, x2 is closer to the exact root than x1. So at this point x2, at x2 we have the point, another point, let's say C, which is x2 f of x2, and again we draw the chord between these 2 points. Again this point intersect at some point to the x-axis here. Let's say it is x3. So again we apply the equation of chord and we simplify according to the point x3 here. So it is going to be x3 is what? x0 minus x2 minus x0 upon f of x2 minus f of x0 into f of x0. So what we have done, actually we have replaced x1 by x2 to get x3. Same way, if we move according to this point, again this point we have point of intersection, and according to this point it will cut somewhere to the equation of curve. Let's say this, again we have the chord and again we get the point next x4. So as you see in this section, we have started with the x1 and we have fixed the point x0. So we have started with the x1 and we approach to x2. In this direction we move. So after getting x2, again we apply the equation of chord and we have x3. Same way we repeat it successively. So what we get here, it is x4. So if we repeat more and more, so what we can see, our approximate solution is moving towards the exact solution. So let's say x we get here, which is closer to the exact root alpha. So in such a way we can have the approximate solution x. This is our approximate solution. So in this case what we can analyze, f of x is approximately equals to 0 if x is the approximate solution. If x is the exact solution, then f of x is equals to 0 that we get. So according to equation of chord, it will move towards the solution. But think about again, if your curve is in the different nature. Different nature means what? Here we got here f of x0 is positive and f of x1 is negative. So the inverse also possible, f of x0 is negative and f of x1 is positive. So according to questions, what we can see, again here you can see for all values of x1, x2, x3, x4, the value of f of function is negative and only one value it is positive is fixed. So in this case, positive value positive value of f that is f of x0, and this point, the corresponding point x0 that we have fixed here, and we are moving in one direction. Another way also it may happen, we fix the x1 and we move towards from the x0 towards the exact root. So in that case your equation will be changed accordingly. So that we need to take care about this. Here what we have done here, we have replaced x2 replace x1 by x2. Otherwise we can replace x0 by x2. So that we should think about. Now according to intermediate value property, we have used here. Let's see the advantage of this method. So it is a simple method by applying the function itself only. The most important property of this method is what? It is always convergent. It always converges to the exact root. So if we apply the successively more iteration, so it will move towards the exact root. It is a different thing. We require sometimes more iterations. The third one is it does not need any prior information, nor does it involve calculation to find derivative of the functions, which is a very beautiful advantage. It means what we have y is equals to fx, directly we can apply. No need to get the any order derivative in that case, because in some method derivative is required. So this is the advantage of this regular falsy method or method of false position. What is the disadvantage? Definitely it will have some disadvantage also. So this method is very slow method, hence it is recommended to begin with a small interval in order to obtain an approximate route of the desired accuracy with lesser number of iterations. It means if you have the idea before applying the intermediate value property, suppose the root lie between 2 and 3, so you know according to bisection method the next approximation is 2.5. So if your values lie between 2 and 2.5, so again by applying the bisection method very easily you can have the next approximation, that is 2.25. So accordingly you can approach after getting some closer value, then you can apply this method. In that case you will require less iteration, otherwise you can start with the 2, 3 because it converges every time. So it is not a matter of how far the roots are there. If it is closer, then it will give you the desired accuracy in the less number of iteration, otherwise iteration more required. So this is the advantage and disadvantage of this method. So if we say about the order of convergence when we compare with the bisection method, so this method has also the linear rate of convergence, but it is little bit faster than the bisection method. So this is the advantage of this method over the bisection method. But only one thing is what, bisection method also we require the number of iterations, and in this method also we require number of iterations. So later on when we go for the other methods, we will see we will handle this number of iterations, or we can say we will have the more rate of convergence, that will be the nonlinear or in the decimal form. So this is all about the method of false position. Now come to some examples related to this method. Suppose we have given the equation x cube minus 2x minus 5 is equals to 0, and we have to find the root up to 3 correct up to 3 decimal places using the method of false position. One algebraic and one transcendental equation we have selected in this section. So what we do here, first we apply the intermediate value property so that we will have the location of the root, and then we will apply the method of false position. So let fx is given x cube minus 2x minus 5. So first we start with the 2 value at x is equal to 2, that is minus 1, which is negative, and f3, that is 16, it is positive. That we have seen earlier also in the bisection method. So with the help of that we have done here. Otherwise you will start with the 0, 1, 2, 3 up to that one. So here what we see, between 2 and 3 the sign is changing. So in that case you see if you think it is x0, so f of x0 is negative and f of x1 is positive, but in the methods we have seen the alternate sign, so that we need to take care about this. According to intermediate value property, at least one root will lie between 2 and 3. Now we take x0 as 2, x1 is a 3, f of x0 is minus 1, and f of x1 is 16. Now we apply the method of false position or regular falsy method. So first we use the formula here, x2 is equals to x0 minus x1 minus x0 upon f of x1 minus f of x0 into f of x0. So by applying this method, by putting all these values here, and with the help of simple calculation, we get the next approximation, that is x3. x3 is what? It is 2.0588. So you need to calculate these values and verify it. After getting this, so with the help of x0 and x1, we will have the next approximation, that is x2 is what? It is 2.058. And now we apply here the value of x2 in the given function. So by putting this, we will have f of x2, that is minus 0.3908. So since it is negative, so x2 is going to replace x0. So that we have to think about here. So which number is going to be replaced? So after getting x2, we apply the same values here. So as you see, x2 is 2.0588 and f of x2 is negative. So the root will lie between these two numbers, 2.0588 and 3. Again we use the same method. Now here what we can see here, x2 replace x0. So everywhere we put here x2, and by putting this, we will have the again simple calculation. By using this, we will get here the next value, that is x3. x3 is 2.0813. So after getting this x3, again we will have the f of x3. So what we do, we repeat this process, and the successive approximation that we get in this way. We have started with the x0 and x1, that is 2 and 3. x2 we get 2.0588, x3 we got 2.0813. So up to this level we have calculated. Now I give you the direct value. You can check this using the calculation. So x4 is what? 2.0862, x5 is 2.0915, and x6 that we get 2.0934, x7 is 2.0941. So if we go for the x8, it is again 2.094. So what we see, 2.0943. So since at the next fourth place it is 3 and 1, so it is not going to affect the third places. So if it is 5 or greater than 5 at the fourth places, so we need to calculate again to have the desired accuracy. So how we confirm here it is correct up to 3 place of decimal? By repetition of the values in the x7 and x8, as well as in the fourth place we get here less than 5 value. So that is the way of approximation again. So our answer is 2.094, which is correct to 3 decimal places. This is the one part of the solution. Second, what we have done here, we have just plotted the graph of this function fx is what? X3 minus 2x minus 5. So we have taken, I have taken these values, and on the basis of these values we have plotted this graph. Here you can see near the 2 it is crossing the x-axis, and that will be our root, and our answer is 2.094. So what we can see here, this is our desired answer, which is correct up to 3 decimal places. So from the figure also you can verify between the 2 and 3 we will have the one root between 2 and 3. In fact, you can put 2 and 2 2.5 now, because we know the answer. 2 and 2.25 also you can select to get the desired accuracy. So I hope so it make you clear about the use of method of false position or regular false method. Come to the next. Here we have taken the transcendental equation. Again, in the same way, we have fx. Fx is what? X log 10x minus 1.2. So whenever we have the equation sign, we keep all the values in the one side that equals to 0, and that we consider as fx. So here fx is x log 10x minus 1.2. Now we put the values of x to get the desired alternate sign. So here f2 is negative, f3 that we get, it is positive. So again you see at least one root lie between 2 and 3 according to the intermediate value property. Now we take here x0 is 2, x1 is 3, and f of x0 is what that we have calculated, minus 0.59794, and f of x1 is 0.23135. Now we apply again the method of false position by using the formula. Keep all the values, put all the values x0, x1, f of x0, f of x1 in the formula, and by putting this and having the simple calculation, we get the next point, that is x2, it is 2.72102. So as we see x2 we get here, so we need to calculate the value of function at x2. It is again, it is a negative sign. So what we see, x2 is going to replace x0. So x0, x1. So by repeating this process, we have the successive approximation. We started with the x0 and x1, that is 2 and 3. So after this we have applied the method of false position, which is x2 we get here 2.72102. Similarly we got here x3 in the calculation. So after that we have framed the table, that is x4 and x5 we got here, and by applying this we finalize here the answer. The required answer is 2.7406, which is correct up to 4 decimal places, but you need to require to verify by getting the x6. If it is again 2.7406, then you can think of the required solution. If it is not so, then you need to apply again and again to get the more desired accuracy. This is the one way of getting the solution. Next, what we have done, same in the last example, what we have done, we have plotted the graph of this function, and here you can see easily the answer is approximately 2.7406. So it is close to the exact solution. Otherwise also you can put this value in the function, and if it is close to 0, definitely it is going to be the approximate solution. So I hope so this presentation makes you clear about the method of false position or regular falsity method. If you have any query, definitely ask in the comment box. If you like this video, definitely subscribe our channel for more updated videos. So from the Mathematics for All, thank you for watching this video lecture. You can like it. Definitely subscribe our channel for more update. You can comment on the comment box regarding this video lecture, and if you require any more, and if you like this, so share in your websites, social sites also you can share it, so it is beneficial for all of us. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.